We're gonna have a nice lengthy quiz, so you guys are paying attention. Everybody knows this is worthwhile. Finally got that done. First two sessions didn't have it, but you guys get it.
I didn't hear no cheering.
That's the time where we have to go home early.
Nope, we'll leave 15 minutes at the end for you.
Morning. Hey, Brad. Morning.
You guys spare pens?
Hey,
You guys spare pens on you?
So he shows up on time but doesn't bring a pen.
You get one or the
Never
other.
have to write it.
Well, God, I'll do.
that's funny. Is this about it, you think?
You got cameras, parts, drone parts.
Delo's coming up.
We're missing.
Elo is?
I think he was on the phone or something.
We're missing Derek.
Derek and Max, or Derek and Russ, or?
Just Derek. But you don't see.
Russ thinks they're all boring anyways, don't wear nothing, so it doesn't matter.
I don't see anybody from Wainwright.
They're here.
They're just walking.
Are you doing an introduction at the front first then, since this is videotape? Would be disappointing.
Can you give me one good rant?
No, yeah, save that for last year. We did that last year.
I love your rants, though. Morning, guys.
How you doing?
Good.
Head of the class was from last year, right there.
This is about double the class size we've had the last little bit.
Hey, how's it going? Those are awesome, Derek. Where over your wife?
See us at the boots, Derek.
I think Chelsea's getting a set of those for Christmas.
I sure hope she likes them. They're warm.
Delo's coming up here.
Have you watched the show The Ranch?
That's what I don't, but I've been shown it.
There's a good scene in there. You'll love it.
Are you, Wade, are you in on this?
Yeah, sure, yeah. If it's okay with you.
I couldn't.
All right, good.
Not that I know you're gonna say it.
I wouldn't say anything,
I'll be okay.
Do it again so you can see.
What's that actor's name on The Ranch? He's a rough
That's when we told
cowboy.
the birthday, we were like, oh god.
Okay, so let's get started. You don't need this on for now. But you can do it. We'll take a kind of a 15-minute break at 10 o'clock or quarter after 10, however it fits with our program. We'll break around noon there for half hour, 40 minutes, and a little break in the afternoon, and we'll have you out of here by 3:30-ish type deal. So. Like I say, we're going to do a couple videos here of overview of our Combine in 2015. We had big changes in 2015. We got a ton of these out. All of them don't have all these options. We'll talk about that a little bit after. But just take note on what's in these videos, please.
You've got your harvest moon, your field, your combine, and then you've got this guy. He works hard. He's determined, strong. He's the one who's up early, stays late, and tends to his acres, season after season. This guy's job isn't just a job. It's a way of life, and it's constantly evolving. Day after day, year after year, he's looking for the best way to harvest, and he's found it with the most advanced and most productive combine in the industry. A harvesting system like no other, history repeating itself in a good way, with maximized performance and reduced costs. The S-Series Combine. The harvest season is too short to drive anything but a green combine. Active concave isolation. Big words that spell tough. This exclusive John Deere feature means you get innovative, knockout performance when your harvesting window is short and time is of the essence. Sound high-tech? Well, it is. ProDrive sustains high levels of performance because there's no gear shifting while harvesting. Plus, the Harvest Smart feature integrated into the ProDrive transmission adjusts your forward speed. You know what I'm talking about. Let's just say it's optimized for maximum capacity, minimal loss. Go green, save green. One button can expand your harvesting day by adjusting your platform tilt to match your changing crop conditions. Doesn't matter which header is attached. Here's the angle. Run longer, adjust easier. Win, win. Here's a word you didn't expect. Gentle. You heard right, but only when it comes to threshing. Thanks to John Deere rotor technology, you get gentle threshing for excellent grain quality. How does this happen, you ask? From tri-stream feeding, from the spiral vanes and conical top covers around that rotor, and from the bullet-shaped rotor. Oh, and there's more. Our rotor technology gives you reduced power consumption, which means less operating costs. It's simple. We're all about integrated solutions. John Deere Farm Site boosts productivity to get every dollar from every hour and every acre. When quick decisions about farm management need to be made, Farm Site is on your side. Take combine harvesting to the next level. Harvesting season wouldn't be harvesting season without your right-hand man. Your John Deere dealer knows his way around a combine and then some. And he understands how to get you the resources you need because he's fast, efficient, and professional. The harvesting season is too short to drive anything but a green combine. For this harvest season and every season, drive green with S-Series combines.
So that was a little green Kool-Aid for you to start it off.
That's one day
We're going to talk about, this is going to explain the new features and an overview of the 2015 Combine. Then we'll just briefly touch on them after the video. I'm going to skip through a couple on this, couple minutes, talks about corn.
In 2015, our S-Series combines continue to offer increased performance, uptime, and reduced cost of operation for our customers. Let's look at our model year 15 combine lineup. In model year 15, we'll continue to offer the S650 to the S690 combines. The S650 combine boasts 295 horsepower, while the S660 combine has 333 horsepower, and the largest 9-liter combine we have to offer, the S670, has 391 horsepower. The S680 combine will still continue to have 473 rated horsepower, while the largest combine that we make at John Deere is our S690 combine will still boast 543 rated power. To better match the capacity of the S680 and the S690, John Deere now offers a 45-foot hydroflux draper. The 645 FD has an additional 5 feet of cutting width. The 645 FD has some unique features, such as a wider center feed section, We redesigned the reel fingers to improve crop lifting, and it also features new end dividers. In 2015, the feeder houses on S-Series combines features improved performance and uptime. All feeder houses will now have a 4-strand feeder house chain. The 4-strand feeder house chain improves material handling capacity. Also, along with the 4-strand feeder house chain, the feeder houses will now have a smaller diameter front feed drum. Along with feeder house updates in 2015, we have a new feature called platform tilt. The platform tilt feature allows you to adjust your header angle as crop conditions change throughout the harvesting day. The platform tilt feature allows you to expand your harvesting window by up to 1 hour and at the same time improve header cutting performance. Additive concave isolation hydraulically suspends the concave to improve the ability to handle uneven and challenging conditions. Additive concave isolation helps to increase rotor capacity along with operator comfort to reduce concave noise. In 2015, the 36-inch tracks will now have an option for rice lugs. The rice lugs will provide better maneuverability in challenging soil conditions such as rice. The taller lug is also more flexible and therefore transmits less vibration to the combine during transport. In 2015, we will now offer 2 new additional unloading auger options. The first new unloading auger option that we'll have is a 26-foot folding unloading auger. The 26-foot folding unloading auger provides better maneuverability in transport. Along with the 26-foot folding unloading auger, we will now also offer a 28.5-foot rigid unloading auger. The 28.5-foot rigid unloading auger is to better match increased header widths. In 2015, the 26-foot and 28.5-foot unloading augers will now feature a redesigned boot for tighter crop flow.
The feeding system of the S-Series combines are designed to move crop material from the front end equipment smoothly and efficiently to the threshing and separating section of the combine. Feeder houses on S-Series combines include single point header hookup, a tilting front faceplate, and robust drive systems including feeder house reversers. Introduced for 2015, all S-Series feeder houses include a robust 4-strand feeder house chain and a feed drum that's in a reduced diameter to allow for up to 10% more material capacity. The feed accelerator stone trap system, known as FAST, produces smooth, even crop flow into the feed section of the S-Series rotor. There are 3 configurations. The tri-stream feed accelerator, equipped with 10 wings, is ideal for corn, soybeans, or small grains. There is also a variable stream feed accelerator equipped with 8 wings, best for use in small grains and rice. And for high volumes of green, tough rice straw, a variable stream rice configuration is also available. There are 3 adjustments to make on the feeder house to optimize its performance in moving crop material from the front end equipment to the feed portion of the rotor. First is feeder house drum height. On either side of the feeder house, by pulling this pin and rotating this drum adjustment, I can raise the drum to the upper position for corn harvest or lower it for soybeans or small grains. Second is feed drum chain speed. This change shown here on the large sprocket is optimal for small grain or soybean harvest. Simply by loosening this hardware and repositioning the chain to the small sprocket, I've got an optimal speed for corn.
How do we, on our front ends, how do we run our front drums for small grain? Our front feeder house drum, how do we run it? I just told you.
They usually on
They didn't lie.
They usually on the big sprocket.
Oh, the height, sorry, the height. In the down position, that's right. We had some people try it in the up position when, in real tough canola conditions this year when they had trouble getting it in. And I don't think it really helped their situation is what I understand. I never did try it because didn't have the issue. So how do we run our, they recommend running our feeder house on the big sprocket, which is the fast position for small grains. Generally, and how we send them out of here after PDI is on the slow speed. The only time I had to go into the fast speed this year was in real tough conditions. In tough conditions, had the accelerator fast and the feeder house, Generally, we recommend everything slow accelerator, and feeder house. So low, slow, and slow is what we recommend. And if the farmer wants to adjust it different than that, he's welcome to do it.
When did you see the need for the fast?
The biggest, I saw the need for the fast. I didn't see it so much on the feeder house, Ben. I saw it on the accelerator. We were in real tough straight cutting canola. We were getting back feeding with the accelerator. Not with the accelerator, back feeding with the feeder house. So the accelerator wasn't stripping off the material coming in off the feeder house fast enough. So I sped up the accelerator, kept the feeder house on slow, and eliminated my back feeding. What back feeding is material's coming under the feeder house and not going underneath the accelerator. It's coming back over top and feeding back feeding. So when we sped up the accelerator, it eliminated that. So actually, I think towards the end of September, I put the accelerator on fast and I left it there because everything after that was really tough. So.
What's the downside to having the accelerator too fast and material not fast enough in there? Like, is it beating the crap out of it?
Well, yeah. The negative effect of an accelerator going too fast in dry conditions is it does too much pre-threshing and beats everything up. It should, you want to try to keep it intact as much as possible as it goes into the threshing area, or else it just turns to dust. Especially in canola, you can turn it to dust with things running too fast up front, right?
So that would give you increase your returns and get hard to get.
Well, yeah, it gives you a shoe overload. You know, that's where we get our losses. Our biggest losses we found this year in dry conditions in canola was shoe overload. So another thing is everybody thinks faster is better, but your wearability, it wears out so much more if you're going 900 RPM compared to 500 RPM, for an example, right?
Especially if you pick up the rock
Yeah.
and you just disintegrate your.
I like to try things as slow as possible until you're having trouble and then speed them up. Just for wearability and the amount of, especially a feeder house chain, the amount of times it goes around, if you're on the slow setting compared to the fast settings, your wearability is probably 50% more. So.
Third is feeder house front plate
Hey,
adjustment.
Brad, before we press
Shown
play
here
there,
is our new.
Scott was wondering what impact that has on ground speed.
Wasn't the fast setting more for faster ground speeds?
Well, your low feeder house and your low accelerator is still equivalent to like 12 or 13 mile an hour.
That's what I mean. I thought that when you put on the fast was for like faster ground speeds.
Yeah, but that up to like 20 mile an hour. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
that was the only reason why.
yeah, if you were ever traveling that fast, but where we're in the 3-4 mile an hour range most of the time, ground speed really isn't the factor with it, but the material coming in. If it's tough material, you have to speed it up. Remember, it's not always a positive feed. Like, stuff slips as it's going up, right? It doesn't go up. It doesn't change from 2 mile an hour up to 15 mile an hour instantly. There's a slipping action.
Model year 15 option of hydraulic platform tilting. From the cab, the operator can, on the go, change the position of this front plate and optimize the cutter bar position to the ground for best cutting performance. Single point hookup is a standard feature of all S-Series machines. The feature provides the operator one point of coupling for mechanical latching the header, connecting the hydraulic system and the electrical systems. It's fast, it's easy, and requires no tools.
Let's take a look at the heart of the John Deere STS Combine and threshing and separating system. It all starts up front with feed accelerator, which conveys the material up into that threshing and separating section. Behind the feed accelerator is a tri-stream feed section, which is unique to John Deere STS Combines, that evenly feeds the rotor for maximum productivity and material handling. The John Deere STS Combines feature two different types of rotor options, the tri-stream rotor and also the variable stream rotor. The tri-stream rotor features a bullet-type shape that is specifically designed for corn, soybeans, and easy threshing small grains. The variable string rotor option features more of a tapered design throughout its threshing section, and that is specifically designed for crops such as rice and tough material handling small grains. The variable string rotor also features adjustable transfer vanes to help improve straw quality for those customers that desire that feature. So now let's take a look at the threshing section of the John Deere STS rotor. It features 3 different types of concave options: the small wire, large wire, and the round bar type concaves. What you see here in this combine is the round bar concaves. This is primarily for guys that harvest corn and soybeans. The large wire concaves is recommended for rice harvesting conditions, and the small wire concaves are primarily recommended for small grains such as your wheat, barley, canola. One thing to mention is when you look at concaves, we also offer the ability to install concave covers on these. So if you require additional threshing and you can't close the concaves anymore, you install these concave cover plates to give you additional threshing capabilities. The S680 and the S690 combines have an optional industry-exclusive feature called active concave isolation. Active concave isolation hydraulically suspends the concave to improve the ability to handle uneven and challenging conditions. Active concave isolation helps to increase rotor capacity along with operator comfort to reduce concave noise. Next, let's take a look at the separating section of the John Deere STS rotor. The separating section allows you to comb through that crop mat to break it up, allowing that free grain to fall through these separator grates right here. One thing to note is that when you go to harvest corn, you should take these top bushings here and move them down to the bottom to give you more separator capacity when you go to harvest those corn conditions. The conical top covers surrounding the John Deere STS rotor is a unique feature. The conical top covers ensure efficient material flow and reduce power consumption, allowing the material to expand as it progresses through the threshing and separating section.
Hey Brad, can you pause
The
that?
EvenMax cleaning system,
On that fin movement mechanism, where was it binding that was generating all those codes?
On the what mechanism?
Your veins between advanced and
So at the top of your concave covers, you have vanes and a mechanism that moves it. It's just an actuator that moves it along. And there's slots in there for these vanes to slide back and forth. And if you get straw in there and bound in there, when you go to move it, it'll not reach its sensor position and give you a code. So there's a default setting on these combines. Every 100 hours, they wipe that separator vane. So it won't do it while it's operating. So once you hit the 100-hour separator mark, and they're every 100 hours after that, once you shut it down, and it will do a wipe of that to clean that out. And if you have straw in there, it'll give a code. We can deactivate that if we want in the addresses, but I've just left it at 100 hours. It seems like we haven't had near the issues with it once we figured out what it is. And it used to be a shutdown stop fault code. That's the big thing. Like our first year, it used to shut the combine down. It didn't shut the combine down, but it made the screen go a full screen alarm, and you couldn't erase it. You had to get DTAC, or not DTAC, but our tech in with service advisor to erase the code. Now, after that, they give us a quick fix to get in to eliminate the code, and now it just gives you an alarm, so it doesn't really shut you down at all. So,
How often does the operator adjust that?
how often? He adjusts that if he's wants to save straw. So barley or wheat, if you're dropping straw and you want.
So it's just a crop-to-crop thing?
Yep.
Okay.
if
Yep.
it was really dry material, would that help get it out quicker?
Yep. Yeah, it does. I've ran it in really dry canola, put it in the advanced position so your rotor doesn't beat up your canola straw as much and overload your shoe. There's a toss up there to make sure you're not getting rotor loss too, though, right?
So what's the difference, a half a revolution or what?
2, from
2?
7 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have it in the standard position, your material will go approximately 6 to 7 revolutions in there before it spits it out. If you put it in the, did I say standard? Yeah, in the standard position. So if you put it in the advanced position, it'll advance it out quicker. It goes through about 5 turns. So,
Those revolutions, is that from the front to all the way to the back, or
Yeah.
just in the center?
all the way, from the front all the way to the back. Your threshing area and remember, these vanes actually only work on the back half. So it really changes your back half probably from 4 revolutions to 2 revolutions, because the front kind of stays the same at about that 3.5 revolutions. We're going to talk about that a little bit more when we get into Rick's session with concaves, what's happening and what we experimented with a little bit this year and what Sunnybrook is working on, or I think they stole our idea actually, but anyway.
For the S-Series combines, increases capacity, improves grain tank sample, and reduces tailing flow. The sugar grain supply augers take the material from the rotor and the separating section and move it back to the chaffer. At that point, then 40% of the grain gets separated out, cleaned, and goes to the grain tank. The rest then goes on to the chaffer. From that point on, then it gets cleaned, separated out, until the rear of the chaffer. There's a new feature. It's called dual adjust chaffer. Dual adjust chaffer allows for improved capacity, but reduces the amount of tailings load. Then the grain goes to the top of the sieve. At the sieve, then, it provides the final cleaning function for the cleaning shoe. Then the grain goes up into the grain tank. Grain handling on the S-Series combines has been improved. The clean grain elevator capacity has been increased from approximately 4,000 bushels an hour on up to 6,900 bushels per hour on the S680 and the 690. Also, the tailing system has been improved. On S650 through S670, the tailings goes from the chaffer and the sieve, goes on up to the front of the rotor, and it gets threshed again, and then goes through the cleaning system again, and goes up into the grain tank. On the S680, 690, we have the active tailing system, which takes any unthreshed grain and then runs through a cylinder and a concave, and then runs it back onto the cleaning chute to be recleaned and on up into the grain tank. The EvenMax cleaning system has 2 options for chaffer and sieve. The first is the regular. It's for small grain and for rice. Then there's the deep tooth. It's available for corn and soybeans. In high yielding corn and in side hill operations, it's advantageous to use the deep tooth chaffer and sieve.
The S-Series combines are equipped with a high-performance grain handling system to efficiently move clean grain from the cleaning system into the grain tank. The system can handle the high volume of grain that can be produced from today's larger front-end equipment and increasing crop yields. The S-Series combines come with 3 grain tank options, starting with the S650 and a 250 bushel grain tank and a 2.2 unload rate. Then we have the S660 and S670 have the 300 bushel, 3.3 bushel unload rate, and then the S680 and S690 have 400 bushel with a 3.8 unload rate. The S660 through S690 have the option of the power fold grain tank extensions. This gives our customers the ability to fold and unfold the grain tank covers from the seat of the cab. The power folding extension covers are made of a water-resistant composite material to keep the grain tank dry when covers are closed without grain in the tank. These covers feature vinyl corners to achieve grain tank capacity and proper folding. The power folding grain tank option is controlled from the command center armrest inside the cab with just a press of a couple buttons. The moisture meter on the S-Series combines is conveniently located on the clean grain elevator. This location allows our customers to easily access the moisture sensor for any maintenance or cleaning.
We have many unloading auger solutions to meet our customer needs. Among them are the 21.5 foot unloading auger for the S650. For the S660 through S690, we have the 22.5 foot rigid unloading auger, 22.5 foot folding unloading auger, and the 26 foot rigid unloading auger. New for 2015, we have the 26 foot folding unloading auger to increase maneuverability in the field and help with transport down the road. We also have the 28.5 foot rigid unloading auger to match our new front end equipment, the 645 FD.
The S-Series combines feature 3 different types of residue systems: straw spreaders, Lutz residue system, and the premium residue system. The premium residue system allows you to drop straw and spread chaff at the same time, for those customers that want the high quality straw. Both the deluxe and the premium residue system feature a PowerCast tailboard. That PowerCast tailboard allows you to spread your residue from widths from 30 feet all the way up to 50 feet, while the vane tailboard allows you to spread your residue for widths up to 30 feet. Combines equipped with the PowerCast tailboard have a wind compensation feature. The wind compensation feature allows you to adjust each of these paddles right here for any crosswind. The S-Series combines also allow the operator to easily shift the chopper speed through this T-handle. In corn, you put it in slow speed, and in small grain, it's recommended to put it in high speed. Combines equipped with the chopper have a knife bank adjust. The knife bank adjust allows you to finer cut your residue. One of the other things worth mentioning is the cob deflector door on combines equipped with the chopper. It is recommended to move this door to corn when you're harvesting that type of crop. The last few minutes, we went through the 3 residue systems on the S-Series combines.
Okay, I'm not gonna get into that. It's hard to see here. I wanna just shut off the lights for a minute. I wanna show you what we found out this year. I don't know why we didn't pick up on it earlier. This is what residue system is this? PowerCast, right? It's not the premium residue, it's the PowerCast. So it's basically our standard chopper with spreaders on the back. What's the big negative feedback we get from our customers on the PowerCast?
Strictly
Sensors.
Windrow,
Well, other than sensors, other than Rick's $730 sensors.
windrow.
Windrowing, right on the sides. We get big complaints, it pushes everything to the outside. It'll spread 40 feet or 45 feet, but it leaves a row, 2 or 3 feet wide, really bunched up on the side. So we found this year, I don't know if you can see it, in the back here, there's V deflectors. They're held in there with 4 bolts on each side, so 8 bolts. And we've dropped those out, and it improves the spread quality by 5 times. It actually does a real decent, really nice spread. I have yet to figure out why they have those deflectors in there. So I don't know if we want to start taking them out when we send these out or what, but you guys as sales and parts and whoever, everybody needs to know that to improve your spread quality and consistency, they should be out.
Like, not all of them, there's
Turn them off again. There's just 2 in the middle. They're a V wheel that sit in the middle like this between the 2. Not your paddles. There's in here. There's a green deflector. They're a V that sit in there like this.
Yep.
Okay. And they're held on with 4 bolts, 4 on each side, 8 bolts, 4 on each side. Just take out those bolts and it just drops down. It's a fin about this long, or that high and about this long on each side. Just drop it right out and go away with it.
You'd mentioned the knife bank. Is it different between the PowerCast and the premium or advanced PowerCast system?
Is it different?
Is there more knives, different chop?
Oh yeah. Between the standard.
stationary knife bank?
Yeah. I think there's more knives. I don't know. We've got a slide here that shows it's totally different chopper, right, on the premium PowerCast compared to the PowerCast or the premium residue. Yeah. I don't know what the configuration is, but by no means are they the same chopper. Same chopper on your fixed tailboard and the PowerCast. Those are the same choppers, but your premium residue, totally different chopper.
So that's where it's getting its finer cut.
So